When I say that, I'm going to be like, let's get it on.
We're on.
We can start that if you want.
I'd like to go ahead and open up the Tuesday, May 17, 2022 Warrenton Board of Alderman meeting. At this time, would you please rise and say Pledge of Allegiance with us?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next item on the agenda would be the consent agenda.
We have the regular meeting minutes from May 3rd, 2022.
I'll entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda items as submitted.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Alderman Schultz, seconded by Alderman Crump. Roll call vote.
Alderman Miller,
Yes.
Alderman Schultz,
Yes.
Alderman Crump,
Yes.
Alderman Porter,
Yes.
Alderman Cullum,
Yes.
Alderman Jaspering.
Yes.
Motion passes 6-0. Next will be public comments. Anybody who'd like to come share anything with us, we ask that you step to the podium, state your name. You'll have 5 minutes to speak.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Jim Sharp. I'm the Emergency Management Director for the county. Just a quick thank you. Last week we did a couple of training sessions, had like 52 people from the city show up. Brandy arranged that. I promise you, there are places where that doesn't happen, where that level of cooperation just does not exist. And very grateful for that, again, and for Brandy's work. So thanks. That's it.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jim. Anyone else?
Hi, my name is Renee Yazel. I just wanted to introduce myself. I'm one of the candidates that's running for state representative for District 42, and I'm excited to be here tonight. And listen, I've been listening online to some of your Board of Alderman meetings, and so I'm anxious to be here this evening to see what you do in person, and thank you for everything that you do for our county. Thank you.
Thank you. Good luck.
Anyone else? All right. Next is Board of Alderman comments.
I'm good.
It's debatable.
Just happy to be here.
I hear you. Mayor's comments. So, Ms. Yazel stepped forward. I'll say that is something I was going to entertain to bring up to everybody, is maybe a host a candidate night, since we do seem to have a lot of candidates that have come out of everywhere, which I'm happy to see. Choice is always a good thing for everyone. But is anybody on the board not okay with that? I mean, it'd be an all-around for everyone to be able to come in and...
Oh, yeah, no, I'm all about it.
So if we can look at some dates?
Actually, Mayor, that was one of my things I was going to talk to you about tonight. I was speaking with the...
It's not your turn yet, so when we get there...
I was speaking with the Chamber of Commerce today, and they were actually discussing Meet the Candidate also. So I was going to see if you guys were okay if we did a joint effort and did it here in this building, and we'll get together and get some dates for you and bring it back to you.
That'd be great.
Okay.
I also have a tendency to believe that a lot of our local stuff gets covered up by a lot of things that are nationally going on right now. So I'd really like more information to get out about people and have people be able to answer questions in a good setting. So yeah, work with them and see, and then let us know. Next will be hearing from our city administrator, Brandy Walters.
Good evening. The first thing that I have for you tonight is the health insurance reimbursement. So each year the city reimburses employees who do not take out health and do not elect for health insurance throughout the year. And if they provide proof of health insurance with another company, then the city reimburses them half of what we would pay normally. So this year, half of our benefit for 21-22 is $4,019.40 for each. We have 8 employees who have opted for this reimbursement, so the total is $32,155.20.
Questions or issues? I will entertain a motion to approve the health insurance waiver payments in the amount of $32,155.20.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Alderman Schultz, seconded by Alderman Miller. Roll call vote.
I'm sorry, who was
Miller.
Alderman Miller?
Alderman Miller.
Alderman Schultz?
Yes.
Alderman Crump?
Yes.
Alderman Quarter?
Yes.
Alderman Cullum?
Yes.
Alderman Jaspering?
Yes.
Alderman Miller?
Yes.
Motion passes 6-0.
Next thing that I have for you is a stop sign, and later on the agenda, that will be a bill. Recently we've had a few complaints for speeding over at Ashland-Steinhagen area, so this would involve installing 2 stop signs at currently a 3-way stop area, but there's only 1 stop sign there. So this would put 2 more stop signs at Ashland and Steinhagen, which would hopefully also help mitigate that traffic. So there'll be a bill later. The next thing that I have for you tonight is the aggressive dog bill, which we have discussed previously multiple times. I think that we finally have that finalized. On there, as you guys have read on the bill, you guys have seen this already, we would have the animal control supervisor. She would be keeping records moving forward of any bite incidents. If there was one prior, she will look at different circumstances of the prior incidents, such as if they had killed an animal or killed a human being, if the owner is harboring them for dog fighting, whether it was off premises or on premises, whether it was provoking or not provoking. And then she would also look at it if it's a second instance. And if it was a second instance, I believe, then she would, if she declares the dog to be aggressive, she would impound the animal. If the animal is impounded and is kept, we would microchip it. And the reason for the microchipping, just for anybody that is asking, that's because if you have an animal that's a black lab, common dog, and they have a bite case, and then she has to go out for a second bite case, then they could say, oh, this is a different dog. This would keep track of what animal's doing what. And then if it was a second instance, she can declare the dog, as I said, she could declare the dog as aggressive. If they are declared aggressive, one of the things was they wanted to have that time to be able to be in front of a judge and hear their case and that kind of stuff. So she would send out notification of that. They would get a 10-day notice, and they could send in a written notice to the chief of police to ask to be seen in front of a judge and hear their case, and the judge would have that final disposition. If the dog is declared aggressive and they're released back to the owner, then the owner would have to follow certain stipulations, such as an aggressive dog collar, a sign on the pen. They would have to have a pen or be held inside, one of the two. If they are off premises, they have to be leashed and have a muzzle. If they get away from them or they get loose, they have to notify animal control immediately. If they pass away or get rid of the dog, they need to notify animal control. They have to have an insurance policy, various things. Also, again, they have to have the dog microchipped. So that's kind of just all of this in a quick summary. And there's a bill later on. Also, one of the things that she will be doing in the future is if there is any kind of a bite case whatsoever, even kind of an aggression of some sort, we now have an education packet that we would hand out. It has all of the code, and it also has some owner education material inside of it.
Brandy, we did get input from multiple sources to put this together, did we not?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And a lot of this came from St. Charles County.
Okay. Thank you.
It was also in collaboration with the people that came tonight. I
Right.
think that's
Right.
Yeah,
safe to mention that we
Yeah,
we
some
did
of the
work
stuff that they had
with them
mentioned
as
at the
well.
meeting.
As I was reading this packet that you sent out, it really is concise and detailed,
Yes.
which is what we need if you're going to have an ordinance that you want to enforce. You got to have details.
Absolutely. Versus what we have currently, which is like 10 sentences, maybe. The next thing I have for you is operational updates. So I wanted to see if everybody would be available for a budget meeting, and this would be June 14th, 15th, or 16th at 5 p.m. You guys don't have to answer me right now if you don't want to, but if you can just forward me which one of those days you would be available, or if you're available all of them.
Any date, any time.
All right, perfect. I like that. The next thing that I have for you is we had talked about agendas and changing that so that P&Z did everything all at once at the P&Z level. So I wanted to show you an example of what we're looking at. So it would be basically you would have the project and the Director of Development. He would get up and state about this project. He would talk about everything that's going on. The applicant would have a chance to get up and talk about it. They would have public comments right then at the same time, and then it would be back and forth with the P&Z Commission, and then they would, back and forth with you guys, and then you would pass the bill all at the same time.
Yeah.
So we wouldn't have this delay and then maybe forget conditions or something like that.
Makes way more sense to do it that way.
Very good.
So that will be coming up whenever we have the next stuff with P&Z. So hopefully that'll work. I wanted to also let you know that I met with WDA, now has a new president, Lori Miller, and I met with her and Denise Davis, who are both on there. We discussed the Hometown Christmas, as you guys had wanted, and they're excited about us participating, doing the Santa pictures and all of that stuff. So we're going to kind of get together and keep that going. That's going to happen December 3rd. And they're still going to do the lighted parade as before. They're very excited about keeping the momentum of that parade going.
Is there any talk of them working with the city of Truesdale to make it one flow?
Yes, we're also
Excellent.
talking about that. I have talked to Mr. Mayor Watson over there, and they have not determined their date yet.
Okay.
So we're kind of in limbo on that. One of the things that they did bring up is on Main Street where we have public parking, the different public parking areas, is they're asking that on Main Street we put some kind of directional signage that says public parking with an arrow of some sort. So I wanted to kind of throw that out there to see if you guys were okay with
I don't have
that
any issue with
or
that. It'll
what your
direct
thoughts
somebody
were.
to Build the park center where they, if it's all filled up. Good idea.
Sure. Sounds
Okay.
good to me.
Anybody opposed to it? No.
All right, sounds good. And that's all that I have for you tonight.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Next, we'll hear from Director of Operations, John Struckoff.
Good evening. The first item I have for you tonight is the monthly admin report. Big kicker on this one is we're looking for employees again. It's summertime, grass is growing, outdoor pool's going to be opening up 1st of June. We need a bunch of lifeguards, we need some grounds and maintenance, we need public works, we need PD, when we're about to need another one in finance. So if you know anybody, send them our way. Other than that, any questions on the admin report?
How many public works people are you looking for?
6 or 7.
Oh my. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Luckily, it's summertime and not snow flying. We'll be in a world of hurt. So, next, I do want to touch, we had the citywide cleanup on Saturday. It was not well attended like in years past. We had only 21 TVs, 3 dumpsters full of trash, and 2 half dumpsters full of scrap metal and 102 tires. So,
Well, maybe the other pickup from the trash company probably took away from that. So.
yeah, I don't know but it just wasn't as well attended as years past. So I think we'll try one more in the fall if we want to and see how that one goes. I don't know. So
You also moved the location on it.
Moved
so
location, yeah.
That could hinder it a little bit.
I didn't receive any calls complaining about that though.
No, I didn't either. I wonder if some people drove by and thought maybe I read it wrong or did something different.
Yeah.
But neither here nor there. It could have been, it was just a nice weekend and
Yeah, everybody was
come out and-
having fun instead of cleaning up.
Yeah, first nice weekend in the world.
or it was nice and dry, so they were cutting
Yeah.
grass when they could.
Yep. Any questions on that?
Nope.
The next item I have for you is items to be sold. There's three items that we're looking to get rid of. An old street saw we haven't used in years, a grasshopper mower that's beyond service life, it's been replaced, and a sludge spreader tank out at the wastewater treatment plant that has also been replaced in the past couple of years.
Listed on Gov Deals?
Gov Deals again, yep. Our ordinance requires us, it says that we list everything on Gov Deals, so.
Any questions on that? No. I'll entertain a motion to approve the list of items to be sold.
So moved. Second.
Motion made by Alderman Crump, seconded by Alderman Jaspering. Roll call vote.
Alderman Crump?
Yes.
Alderman Corder?
Yes.
Alderman Cullum?
Yes.
Alderman Jaspering?
Yes.
Alderman Miller?
Yes.
Alderman Schultz?
Motion passes 6-0.
That's all I have for you tonight. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, sir.
Next, we'll hear from Director of Planning and Development, Tim Burks.
Good evening, Mayor and board members. You have a copy of my monthly report for March and April.
Touch the front of it. There you go.
There's 2 photography places at the mall.
Sorry about that. You have a copy of my monthly report for April and March. A few of the highlights, we had a few businesses open up in March and April. Diamond Gals Photography at Warren Shops opened in March. Thrift store at 105 Northeast Street opened in April. We had Sugar and Figs Photography open at the Warrenton Shops in April. And Freedom Appliances at the Warrenton Shops open in April. And we had a ribbon cutting for Valvoline Express Care, and that was on April 15th. And that's all I have. Do you have any
Tim,
questions?
I have a question. What do we do to attract new business into our community? Do we have a specific plan that we proceed with on a regular basis, or can you?
At this time, I mean, everyone that calls, I do everything I can to, give them the benefits of having their business here. But for a set plan, not this time.
But we don't take the initiative and contact.
No, we don't. We found actually, like when Schnucks came, we have found the larger businesses that are coming, they have their own people that are already doing their demographics. They don't really want to talk to us. That's what we have found in the past, like over the past few years when we were sending people and trying to drum up that business. They already have people that are doing the work for them, and they already know where they want to go.
Okay, thank you.
That's all I have.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.
Next, we'll speak with Building Commissioner Mike Ross.
Good evening, Mayor and Board. You have my monthly report. Got a few highlights. Scooter's coffee shop plans have now been approved, and construction should be starting within 30 to 45 days.
Hear that, Adam?
We're
That way, when you're working that late little thing, you can go get a cup of coffee, bud. Just for you.
We're Lemke's back out at Pinckney Ridge, getting some water leaks resolved out there and waiting for Karen Brock to get roads started. There's lots already marked out there from Rawls Construction, which I've been in contact with their project coordinator. So I've already got a set of plans in my office now that I'm going through. Waiting for phase 3 of Orange Blossom to start over by the fairgrounds. You're going to see some changes coming to your Walmart store here in the next 4, 5, 6 months. So they're going through another major remodel inside. So probably going to lose some cashiers and go to self-checkout.
That whole right side's going
It's all
to
going all self-checkout.
self-checkout, yeah.
100%.
Just a small 30,000 square foot, $750,000 renovation. So that's all I've got for you.
Excellent, thank you. Next, we'll hear from Chief of Police Larry Ellard.
Good evening. The only item I've got for you tonight is my monthly report. If you don't have any questions, I'd like to thank everybody who helped out with the torch run this past Friday. All the agencies who helped out with traffic control and providing personnel, all the department heads that cooked, everyone who made donations. It was another great turnout. I think it was our 12th?
I believe so.
12th? So it was great. It was hot. We had it done. I'd also like to remind everybody that the National Night Out is August 2nd at 4 p.m.
Which will also be hot.
Which will also be very hot, yes.
Are we still doing that out at the athletic complex?
Yes, sir. We were trying to get some Black Hawk helicopters. I don't know where that, somebody said they were going to help with that, but
Just put in Guy's budget, we may be able to approve that.
that's all I've got for you.
I might mention I did a ride-along with one of the city's police officers a couple weeks ago on a Saturday, and it's quite enlightening what they do. Keep busy.
To tase anybody?
I'll get second.
Alderman Miller?
Second.
Oh, we're not on TV.
Top secret.
Thank you. Bills or ordinance. I'll entertain a motion for the first reading of bill number 26-22.
So moved. Second.
Who'd you get, Melody?
I have no idea.
No, I don't either. Motion made by Alderman Corder, seconded by Alderman Jaspering.
An ordinance of the City of Warrenton amending Schedule 2, Table 2B to add stop signs to Steinhagen Road and Ashland Avenue.
Entertain a motion for the second reading of bill number 26-22.
So moved. Second.
Motion made by Alderman Crump, seconded by Alderman Miller.
An ordinance of the City of Warrenton amending Schedule 2, Table 2B to add stop signs to Steinhagen Road and Ashland Avenue.
Roll call vote.
Alderman Corder?
Yes.
Alderman Cullum?
Yes.
Alderman Jaspering?
Yes.
Alderman Miller?
Yes.
Alderman Schultz?
Yes.
Alderman Crump?
Yes.
Bill passes 6-0. I'll entertain a motion for first reading of bill number 27-22.
Second.
Who'd you give for second?
Jaspering.
Jaspering. Motion made by Alderman Cullum, seconded by Alderman Jaspering.
An ordinance of the City of Warrenton amending Section 205.010 and Section 205.200 of the Municipal Code regarding aggressive dogs.
I'll entertain a motion for second reading of bill number 27-22.
So moved. Second.
Motion made by Alderman Corder, seconded by Alderman Schultz.
An ordinance of the City of Warrenton amending Section 205.010 and Section 205.200 of the Municipal Code regarding aggressive dogs.
Roll call vote.
Alderman Cullum?
Yes.
Alderman Jaspering?
Yes.
Alderman Miller?
Yes.
Alderman Schultz?
Yes.
Alderman Crump?
Yes.
Alderman Corder?
Yes.
Bill passes 6-0. I'll entertain a motion to close the regular Board of Alderman meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Alderman Crump, seconded by Alderman Jaspering. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. We are so adjourned.